What's up, good people? What's up, good people? It's your boy, Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr., coming to you from the lab. It's Finish Strong Friday. I know I'm a little late, but y'all know on Fridays that I'm late. Y'all know what I'm doing. I'm out in the community with my family foundation, the McKenzie Pantry Foundation, doing our food deliveries for the community, for the students and the kids and the families that our foundation, our food pantry is a part of over at Yorkwood Elementary and Moravia Elementary, those two elementary schools that we partner with, and that we also have in that area, in those two areas, the families and the communities that we assist with food deliveries, giving families, giving those students and their families food for the weekends. Because real quick, y'all, whether you all know it or not, there are here in Baltimore, just like I'm sure there's around the country, there are what are called food pantries. Called food deserts, which is you have no grocery stores within a certain radius, but you also have students who the only meals that they were getting were those meals that they had at school, the lunch that they got at school. So my younger sister, Toussaint McKenzie, phenomenal woman, had the idea of starting this food pantry some years ago, and we've been on board with it. It has been a significant impact in those two communities, the Moravia Elementary community as well as the Yorkwood Elementary community. So I was out doing my duty this morning. Mom and I hopped in the ride and went and had to deliver those foods. So I'm here now. Miss Bazine, how are you? I hope you are doing well. Thank you so much for hopping on. It is good to I don't say see you because I can't see you, but to see your name popped up. But I hope you're doing good, ma'am, and everything. Much love to you. You know how I feel about you, lady. So thanks for tuning in. So that's what I was doing this morning. That's why I am on now this afternoon, coming to you. But y'all know I'm gonna be here. It's Finish Strong Friday. How am I gonna have Finish Strong Friday and not finish strong? So I'm here. We about to finish strong because y'all know what we've been doing all week. But before I get into that, for those that may not be familiar with me, I'm the Impact Builder, President CEO of JNF Enterprises. What we simply do is we assist entrepreneurs to develop their 4 pillars of sustainability. That's your mindset, principles, processes, and systems. That's what we give you. That's what we help you to develop so that you can be more focused on meaningful connections with your family, friends, and those that you serve, and hopefully make you 1% better each and every day, so that you can be better by the end of the year than you were at the beginning of the year, and ultimately help assist you to keep the doors open. I do everything that we do here at JNF is to assist you as entrepreneurs to keep the doors open. So that's who I am. That's who we are. That's what we do. And y'all know that's what I'm here to do. So let's go to work. It's time to finish strong Friday. What we've been talking about all this week, as I mentioned at the beginning of the week, Miss Tabitha Brown, if you're not familiar with her, look up on YouTube. She's all over the place and everything like that. But she was all up in my algorithms and my social media this week, last weekend, rather. And so I started, and I knew her and everything like that, knew her story, that she's a phenomenal entrepreneur. She has a great entrepreneur business model to be able to look after. So I started watching some more of her interviews and videos and everything like that. Got to know a little bit more about her, and I was just like, oh man, this lady is absolutely phenomenal. So I knew I was going to be talking about this week processes, and so I started thinking of her and what I was watching in that mind frame. What are 5 ways that brands what are 5 processes that that lead a brand to sustainability. And so I started looking at her business and her business model from that framework. So this past week, y'all know we've talked about what these processes do. Consistency builds trust. These are 5 ways in which your processes lead to brand sustainability. Your consistency builds trust. Your efficiency increases profitability. Your brand control protects your reputation. That's a big one. That was a big one. You got to go watch all of them, but specifically that one. Always protect your brand. Yesterday we talked about innovation becomes measurable, not accidental. You have to be intentional about your innovation and being creative. This is the year of power moves, 2025, the year of intentional movement. That's what we're doing. So today, I want to cover really quickly, I'm not going to be long, is scalability requires structure. If you plan to grow your business, you must structure it to grow, to be groomed to grow. You must, the processes that you put in place should be put in place so that you can scale your business. Next week, we're going to talk about systems. We're going to talk about how systems allow you, what systems you use in order to be able to take your business to that next level. So we'll get to that next week about the systems, because processes and systems go together. You know, in order for you to do the processes that you want, you got to have a system in which to do them. So let's talk about these 3 things really quickly when it has to do with your processes. 3 things I'm going to talk about: build, streamline, and develop. I want you to write those down: build, streamline, and develop. Here's what Tabitha Brown did. As her influence has grown, and as it's growing, because it's still growing, she built a team. She built a team. That was the first thing that she did. She built a team. She built the team that would enable her to be able to do the things that she was doing as a brand. She had people she put the right people in the right place for the right opportunities. So she hired people. She was strategic about the people that she hired. Building your team is going to be the one of the first ways that you build your sustainability, because though that team should assist you in being able to put the processes in place for you to be able to grow. So part of your process as an entrepreneur should be to build your team. So that's what she did. She built a team. She streamlined her brand message. How important is that? You must streamline your brand message so that when you talk to people about your brand, you have a 30-second, 60-second pitch that you know every single time what you're doing, and I say it like this: what you do, how you do it, what you do, how you do it, and then what you do, how you do it, and then how you grow it. Those 3 things. So you have to streamline your brand message. What does your brand message represent? And then she developed a business systems, and we'll get into that next week. She developed business systems that allowed her to expand without losing the essence of who she was or what the brand is. That's the warmth. That's her faith field, her joy, her spirit. What is your essence? Don't lose your essence. And there's a lot of businesses that have sold their essence in order to be able to make more money. The money was worth more than that essence, and I put it like that. And Miss Tabitha is not that. She ain't having that. Her essence of who she is, she has been one. From everything that I've watched, everything that I've seen with her, she makes sure that she's on message, that she streamlined that message, and that message did not get lost or has not gotten lost in the expansion of who she is. When you do that, you create the ability to be able to have sustainability, because you're grounded in these processes. And what happens is her, her family friendly structure, her she was faith filled, she's joy first. Her brand was structured to scale from the beginning. And you got to think about that. Even no matter where you are in your growth of your business, whether you're just starting out, you certainly want to think about how you're scaling, how you're going to scale, how you're going to grow. But you also, whether you are, you've started already and you're kind of getting your groove and you're kind of growing exponentially, and you're finding ways to be able to expand what it is and who it is that you do. You want to make sure that you're always incorporating processes as you're going along that allow you to be able to grow. Leave room for the growth. Leave room for the growth. On this Finish Strong Friday, I want that to be ingrained in your mind. Leave room for the growth. And the way that you do that is in your building. Leave room for the growth. In your streamlining, leave room for the growth. In your development, leave room for the growth. And you've got to know what we've talked about all this week. You've got to know who your brand is. You've got to be so 10 toes down on who you are that you don't allow the noise, you don't allow the chaos to disrupt who you are. It's going to get rough. It's rough out here for a lot of people right now. And even that's including me, because you got to figure things out. But the way that you figure things out is by having these structures in place, by having processes in place, being able to understand how you build, how you're going to build your client list, how you're going to build the relationships that you need to build and want to build, how you're going to build the connection with those that work for you, that work with you, and those that you serve. Build those relationships. Build your business ecosystem. It's about having these things in place. This is why I loved watching and listening and learning from Tabitha Brown. Listening and watching her, I learned these things and how important it is for us as entrepreneurs to be able to understand how to build, how to streamline, how to develop, and what that means for your brand. And don't think you have to do it overnight. 1% each day makes you better by the end of the year than you were at the beginning of the year. And it gives you the ability to be able to keep the doors open. So here's what and I'm done, y'all. I'm done. Told you I wasn't gonna be long today. Here's what I want you to hopefully take away, other than build, streamline, and develop. Scaling, growing, isn't about doing more. It's about you doing what you do well. What do you do well? Sit this weekend as you have fun. And I want you to think about what you do well. And make it teachable, make it repeatable, and make it transferable. I want you to think about that as you're growing your brand, as you think about scaling your brand, as you think about building your business ecosystem. How can I make it teachable? How can I make it repeatable? And how can I make it transferable? That's what I need you to do with your processes. Your processes should be teachable, they should be repeatable, they should be transferable. And as you begin to work on that, then you begin to see and clear out the clutter, you clear out the chaos, because now you have something that's teachable, you have something that's repeatable, and you have something that's transferable. You have something that you're building, you have something that you're streamlining, you have something that you're developing. That's how we do this around here. That's how you become better by the end of the year than you were at the beginning of the year. So that's what I need you to think about this weekend. I want you to think about this weekend. This is how you finish strong. This is how you finish strong. This is how you come back strong. Okay? So I want you to be able to do that. Take the time this weekend. I know somebody asked me real cool, yo. Somebody asked me, they were like, what you doing for the holiday? I was like, what holiday? I was like, I don't know about no holiday. I was like, what is it? They were like, it's Memorial. I was like, I don't know, because all of this stuff runs together for me. So I'm not worried about, but this weekend, I want you to work on that. Build, streamline, develop. And I want you to develop, in your developing, I want you to make it teachable. I want you to make it repeatable. And I want you to make it transferable as you're creating your processes. Those are the three things that your processes should be. Okay? So, it's your boy, Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr., the Impact Builder here. So, we're finished this week. I want you, if you want to be able to go into more detail, or you should want to go into more detail about these processes that we talked about in the 5 ways that these processes that they lead to brand sustainability. If you want to go into more detail about that, connect with us. Y'all know what I do. I'll put the information in the description there for you, so that you can be able to connect with us. Schedule your 15-minute your strategy session, where we'll talk about your vision. We'll talk about how we can assist you to be able to bring that vision to reality. You bring it to reality by putting in place these different formulas, strategies, and concepts that we talk about here each and every day, because we want you to ultimately be able to keep the doors open through all of the chaos. You have the mindset, you have principles, you have processes, and you have systems that allow you to be able to be sustainable, and to be able to gain, and to be able to create the clarity that you need in your business, your brand, and in your personal life. So connect with us. Do that. Let's schedule that appointment. Don't forget, hop on over to the YouTube channel, so that you can see some of the other content that we have. This will be there as well, so that you can have it to be able to look at it. But we want you to be able to do it. I need you to subscribe, like, comment, and share. I want you to share this with other entrepreneurs. I want you to let all the other entrepreneurs know about this right here, this brand new. But like, yeah, you got to come to the Brand New Suite. You got to come check it out. Pull up every Monday, every weekday morning, 9 a.m. We're here most of the time. We're here, not most of the time, I'm going to say all the time. There may be days like this that I have to come in late, but I'm going to have it there. But you can go watch the replay too, for those that are watching the replay as well. So I want you to be able to do that, as well. But you got to share. I want you to share it. Share it if you can. Share it with just 5 other people. You got 5. I know you know 5 people. 5 people that you can share that with, because y'all know the goal is 500 subscribers every 30 days. That is our goal. I need you in order to be able to do that. So we will be back here on Monday morning, right here, 9 o'clock. We will be here for you. So we hope to see you then. Have a super fantastic weekend. As I always tell you, do something fun. It is so good to see you, Miss Bazine. You have a safe weekend too, ma'am. All right? Appreciate you. Talk to y'all soon. Peace.